Hey, I'm John Bollinger with Premier Guitar. Today we're doing a review demo of the Fender Bassbreaker. This very cool new amp, and it's not a Bassman, but it's a modern version of an old school philosophy, I guess. So before I tell you more about it, I'll tell you about how I'm recording it. I'm playing my 69 Gibson ES340. It's all stock except for this is DiMarzio PAF because it sounded better than the original. Running an Astro cable directly out of it into the Bassbreaker. And right now it's basically flat. There's a normal channel and a bright channel, and here's what's really cool. There's a middle one that links the two together. So you know that old trick where you run a cord between the two different channels and link them? This is built in. So I'm in the middle one that links, that's both. I've got both of those basically in the middle as far as volume goes. They're both on about 5. I've got the treble right in the middle, bass down a tiny bit, middle right in the middle, and presence right in the middle. And here's a very cool feature. This is a 45 watt amp, but it gives you the option of running from 1 watt to 45 watts. And I've got it just above 1 watt because this is a very loud 45 watts. You could gig in any situation with this. Anything from, your bedroom to playing in a stadium. It gets loud as you want, but you can dial it down. It's still, even at 1 watt, it's punishingly loud, but it works. So we're miking it with a Royer R121 mic, and that's going in an Apogee Quartet and into Pro Tools. So basically plugging straight in and blowing and going. Later on, so you can get a single coil feel, I'll plug in my 66 Strat so you can see what it does with that. So I think of this as an American amp with British overtones. And really that comes down to the Class AB EL34 power section, but it's combined with a 59 Bassman preamp circuit. For preamp tubes, it's 3 12AX7s. It's got 2 12-inch Celestion speakers, the G1270s. Birch ply construction, and here's kind of a cool thing. The finish itself, it looks like tweed that's been painted blackish. So it's a very cool aesthetic, a weird, cool look. So what this amp does really well is that classic rock and roll tone. When we came in, I was in the bridge section, but let me put it just in the normal section, leaving the bright out for now. And I'll just start turning up the volume more and more until it's all the way up. And also, I'm going to boost these mids all the way up because that's the kind of sound I think that's really going to cut well through a mix and just give you that classic humbuckery, overdriven thing. So we're at half volume right now, and we'll go from there. Oh, and the output is still just above 1 watt. That is a rock and roll tone. Okay, so we've done normal, we've done bridge. Now put it in the bright section and you can see what that does. Wow. Now, of course, when you got in the bright, you get a little more of that buzz and hiss, but that's part of the tone. Now, this also does the sweet stuff really well. I'm going to put it in the bridge position, turn down our volumes, and just bring up the output so you can hear what it says, what it sounds like clean. Actually, I'll bring it down even more because that is loud. Very cool. Now let's try some single coil-y stuff. Okay, now we're in single coil land and I'm in the same setting. So this is going to be clean bridged with a little bit of mids up. But we can dial up a little more dirt and see what we get. Let's just turn up that volume all the way and see what it does. Also, I'm going to turn the bass up all the way and the presence up all the way and see what we get. Well, maybe the presence almost all the way. Wow, that is loud and proud, and that's with the output like maybe on 2 watts. The cool thing about this is it is that classic tone, but gives you a lot of control of how to dial it in. And it's not a one-trick pony. You can kind of do all those classic tones, from classic clean to classic nasty. And I like the way amps like this, you can really hear the guitar, if that makes sense. Like, you're not going to get that same, you know, if you when I hear like a rectifier and I hear I can't tell what guitar they're playing. If it's a humbucker or a single coil, I can't tell. But with an amp like this, you can really hear that difference between, you can hear the personality of the guitar, which I dig. So if there's one thing I would change with this amp, I'd love it if it had reverb. A lot of people don't care about reverb, but I'm insecure enough where I'd like to have a little bit of help. So that's just me. Anyway, the amp's great like it is. To read the full written review, go to premierguitar.com. And while you're online, make sure you like us on Facebook and subscribe to our ever-growing, huge YouTube channel. This is John Bollinger. Till next time.
Don't forget to sign up for PG Perks, your all-access pass to exclusive gear giveaways and discounts on premierguitar.com.